that I wrote called The Best Sight I've Seen Yet. And it was going to drive me crazy. It was a Eat Squirrel Eat. It was a song we used a lot for our opening song, and it was the first song on our EP, about a couple that meet and go out on the town and have a great night and go home and screw their brains out and never see each other again, kind of a thing. Well, maybe not. Maybe they live happily ever after. We weren't really sure how the song ended, what I actually said, but when I went to record Reaching for the Heaven, I juxtaposed that song in the in-between parts, so where there'd be like a guitar solo to fill in the gaps between the verses, instead you hear this other song playing like on some old radio in the background. And Reaching for the Heaven was a song about letting our flesh run our lives, and it was really fun to record that for Not Unclean. And I haven't done the song in a really long time, until recently, as I'm doing the Monsters shows. I decided to add Reaching for the Heaven on the next song cycle, OK Sex, and so I've been trying it out live in a new fashion. And so yeah, it's going to be on the OK Sex record, and I wrote the song shortly after I became a Christian, actually, as I was dealing with my own issues. You set us up by an airport anyway, and I just thought it was really clever songwriting to say it's really hell when you're reaching for the heaven, and all you want to do is make yourself feel good. And I love the song. It's fun to do live. I love the look on people's faces, you know, when I start singing about my body and feeling myself up, and I think a good time is had by all. And Human Love is another song based on a poem that Leah McGovey wrote, and I remember when she sent me the poem, it was just a list of things like, I know what it's like to be alone, I know what it's like to feel abandoned, I know what it's like to not have enough food, I know what it's like to not have a home. And but when she wrote, I know what it's like to be stunned by God, I knew we had a hit. I was like, wow, that's really cool stuff. And then she wrote the words, human love is a distant friend that tries to visit every once in a while. It barely leaves a memory, but it's always on my mind. And I was like, this should be a country song. Human love is a distant friend. Yeah, I was like, and I wrote it as a country song first, and I'm not going to do a country song. I love country, but I'm not doing a country song. Maybe when I'm older, maybe when I've done everything else, you know, that'll be what I have left. That's what I thought about Jesus. I'll try every religion except Jesus. So maybe when I do country, I'll finally have a hit record. That's sad. Brad Paisley Yankolovich. Brad Paisley Yankolovich. It's like a Wheel of Fortune riddle. I've never done that before. So when I was working on the song, I really liked it, but I really felt like it didn't really wrap in the Lord enough, and I wrote, Thank God I Have You, and I knew that when I performed it, I would be like raising my arms to the sky saying, Thank God I Have You, over and over again. And when I played the song for Leah the first time, she said, why don't you say, Thank God I Have Jesus? And again, I'm telling you, the brilliance of thanking God that I have Jesus, when God and Jesus are kind of the same and not the same because of all that Trinity mystery stuff. It was brilliant. And it set a precedent for all my records that there would be a song on the record where I really utilized the name of the Lord. And on the next record, Itch, on Liberty, which was also based on a poem by Leah, you had that Jesus, 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 woo part, you know, and I made damn sure I used Jesus. So see, that's ironic. Thank God I have Jesus. I made damn sure I had Jesus. See a pattern here? So, so Human Love started coming together, but I did not like it as a ballad. I didn't like it slow. I didn't like it as a country song. So I started messing around on my Casio with the drum sounds, and I found disco. I found disco, and there it was. Human Love came to life, and it was done to a disco beat. And man, oh man, do I love that song. I just loved Human Love. It was the hardest song to record for Not Unclean. It required the most tracks. There's a choir, and I'm every member of it. I can say I slept with every member of the Human Love choir and not lie or talk dirty. It was great. It was so fun singing. I just kept singing it over and over and over and over again in the studio on different tracks, and it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Yep. And then it got struck by lightning. There was a storm while we were recording it, and the building we were in got struck by lightning, and a power surge went through the whole building, and it wiped out everything we had recorded. My record got struck by lightning. Just to be very clear, it's impossible when you're recording a gospel record that gets struck by lightning to not consider that maybe God doesn't like the record as much as you thought he did. And everything got wiped out. I was so scared. I didn't even cry. I was shaking so bad I couldn't even breathe. And Weston, my main man who was recording it, started working, and what he did was he found in the hard drive every individual track, and he spent hours putting the song back together. And I'd be like, no, that's not there. No, that's not there. No, that's not the main one. That was the second one. And there were so many vocals. I mean, there were 30 vocals done for that. And we put the whole song back together, and it ended up perfect with something a little extra. There was a pop in the opening of the song, right at the part when I say, here we go, and the music comes in. There's a pop that sounds like I'm cracking a whip. I made not that pop. I cracked not that whip. God made an appearance on my record. That is a pop left over from the lightning that ended up on Human Love. It's in perfect time with the whole song. It sounds like an effect I put there, and since there are no effects on the record as such, it stands out and it's flawless. Absolutely flawless. It is a perfect recording of that song. It is amazing lyrics by Leah, catchy tune from Paisley, perfect beat. The disco beat is, I wish I could use it on every song. I swore after that I would have to do a disco record just so I could have that going. Just so I could have that going for 45 minutes. I loved the disco beat, and all the vocals, all the choir stuff, everything sounds incredible. And then it gets destroyed, and when it comes back it's even better because it has that one extra effect, and I am beyond convinced that is Jesus himself on my record saying, sorry I put you guys through a few hours of work, but since you didn't ask me to sing any backups, I had to show up somewhere. Human Love. It was brilliant, brilliant, brilliant experience.